All right, we are here looking at These Will All Be Stories by Wess Meets West from 2014. So this is a very old session, and let's take a look. So yeah, this is the oldest session we'll look at in these videos, and it's a little like looking at your old yearbook. You're just kind of like, oh boy, I can't believe I did that. But ultimately, this song is still our most popular song in Wess Meets West, and I think the final product sounds good. So how we got there doesn't really matter compared to how I would mix it now. But yeah, just looking at it, some of these plugins don't even load anymore. Like the old Clariphonic, Kush Clariphonic, the old Slate VCCs before they went into the mix rack, and I think most of the rest loaded up pretty well. We didn't at this time. We really just had like the Wave stuff, the Slate stuff. UAD wouldn't come for a few, at least for us, for a few years. So yeah, let's look at this. We recorded this in what is now Studio B at Mercy, but we used to have that up on a different floor, and that was our only studio for a while. So this is Studio B at Mercy, and we did some of this at Riverworks in Dobbs Ferry, some of this at Black Cat Sounds, which was in White Plains, New York at the time, and some of it was done at Port City in Danbury in Bethlehem, Connecticut. Not sure. I'd have to look back. But all right. And this is Andy Porta on drums, Eric Alfizi on bass, Nick Robinson on guitar, me on guitar, and that's it. Nick wrote this song, brought it to the band, and we added a bridge and we added some other sections, but he brought the main electronic elements, which are fantastic and pretty much stay as is from the Reason session. I don't even have the Reason session. I'd have to go back on a different hard drive and find that. And I remember going into Reason and changing a few things, but for the most part, it's just the original electronics. So, starting with the drums, let's look here. So yeah, this is the sub kick, the same sub kick we use today, some EQ. I still use this EQ, I like it. Yeah, it's the same sub kick I use here now and the one we just kind of found in my dad's barn. I've A-B'd it against other sub kicks. I really like it. Just, nice. Though I almost feel like this 6-year-old version of it sounds better than today. Maybe it's just gotten so much use that it's starting to go. Kick drum, we probably used a D6 back then. Certainly kind of sounds like it. What do we got here? Some kick, each comp in parallel. This isn't a bad compressor. I'll still use this. Okay. Sure. I'll take all that. Why not? We got a snare top. Some EQ there. Again, Andy and I would have done a lot of this together back then too. So So yeah, a lot of air. 200, that seems to be my go-to on these. Yeah. I have a very complicated relationship with 1176s. I know they're like the workhorse, but if I'm being totally honest, they're not my favorite. I think I finally admitted that recently. I mean, I love distressors, and I know it's similar, but this is not doing too much. Anyways, I would have turned this off now, but whatever. Okay, it's just kissing it. I think in where it's just kissing it, it's nice, but sometimes it's just harder to set. So this is interesting. This is back when. So yeah, I mixed this on my home rig, and this was actually the snare going through my standard audio leveler at home. What's interesting is we do have them now here at the studio. So that's the snare without it, and that's the leveler doing its thing. Same EQ, everything, and then a gate, probably just to get rid of that noise. Because it's a little bit of a noisy unit. Snare bottom, looks like the same stuff going on. Interesting. And then, okay, so we got a snare crush. So I think we would have taped like a small diaphragm condenser to the snare. It's possible. Oh, it's a captator. Still use that all the time, so that's funny. Just see what stays with you. And then we got some kind of parallel compression here for the snare. Devil lock. Yeah, for Studio B, these are pretty kind of big, punchy drums. I'm liking it. So Tom, he only plays one. Andy only plays one tom in this song. Okay, we were using that. It's funny what you go back to. Interesting. Let's hear this tom. Oh, let's go find this tom section. Here you go. Okay, not night and day. So there's not a lot of toms in the song. Anyways, a lot of snare. There's a tom parallel compression here going on. All right, overheads. Just probably a space pair over the kit. There is a video of us going through all the mics and what we used. Wow, not doing much to those. Hey, sometimes natural's the way to go. Some hi-hat. Cool, not doing much. And then I did put the Royers on the side of the kit. So again, these were probably settings from all the songs. So the fact that it's not doing much here probably means it was imported from a louder drum song, and we left it, for continuity of all the songs. All right, so let's get back in here. All the drums. I'm liking how that sounds for some of the stuff I don't really use anymore. 2500, not doing too much. Tape machine. Parallel. That parallel is helping. It's nice. I haven't used this probably since this session, but it's nice. And then some reverb, some waves, reverb. Cool. Why not? Yeah, add in some space. Nice. All right, and then what is this? I do not know. Panning around. Interesting. I have no recollection of that. Cool. Cool. So yeah, it sounds like we would have used the leveler on that, or overdriven something. So that's cool. It's a layer I didn't remember was there for sure. The bass, Eric's bass. Okay. We only have one track. Oh no. Okay. No, we have a DI. That's how you can tell this is old. You know what though? I'm not mad at that. It's clean. I'm not mad at that at all. So that would be Eric's DI, his Jaguar bass. And then we got an amp sound here. So 4050. This is probably his Ampeg. An i5. Interesting. Okay. And then all that is going to a bass sub here. Tape machine, a little EQ. RC comp, and a final CLA bass. And this is, we would do the DI tracking and then reamp through pedals. There's no real pedals in the song that I recall for bass, so it would have just been the clean sound through an amp. And we still work that way today. We still pretty much work that way. All right, guitars. Nick's guitars here. We work similar. Okay, we didn't do full hard pans on these. Looks like we automated that. So we got a 57 and a Royer. DI with that just to get really precise with the delays there. Really effective. I think that was Nick is just crushing it with that. Look how little guitars we used. And then his sub here, tape machine, EQ, 1176. Reverb send there for him. What do we use? Okay. And then this looks like. So these are my guitars. Again, we always tracked with effects just to the amp for the most part.